Welcome to an above average build guide by Zor or Last Epoch and the Runemaster. As you can see in the background, we have some footage of clearing a rift. Echo, sorry. What game is this? Last Epoch, right. So, as you can see, you have a frost wall. Master. This is a mid-game build. You can find yourself getting all the way to empowered monoliths with this build, no problem. Even with your eyes closed. Is it tanky? 7 out of 10. Is it fast? 7 out of 10. Is it efficient? 7 out of 10. So you could say that this build is a little bit above average. After finding out that, you have to ask yourself some questions. Do you feel like a god? I'd say 9 out of 10. Feels good, man. Do you wish you were jumping forward instead of backwards? Yeah, 10 out of 10. And did you get any loot today? Probably not. Why? Because it's all behind you. It's gone. And of course, are you having fun? Oh, we're definitely having fun. So we're effortlessly blasting these echoes out. No problem. Alright guys, so here is what the gear looks like for the Runemaster. For my cold dot Runemaster, this is pretty basic, I'm just leveling. A lot of cool stuff going on here. Here's the gear. I'm just gonna pop it up all on screen. Wow, 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 wow. Very exciting. It's revolving around Frey's retreat. It's bad boy. You can get up to +4 on it. This is literally nothing. It's pretty average. It's kind of required for the frost wall here, because every time you drop it, it also drops a runic invocation without using your runes. Normally, if I right click, I lose all my runes. But with Freya's retreat, not using my runes. It's actually giving me runes. You know what that means? That means we can also do this and drop another one with an electric sphere underneath, also doing damage over time. This damage over time build does, well, a lot of damage over time. Because without runes, Flame Rush only does the electric part. Which is still a lot of damage, it's worth it, but that's why we have Frost Claw on the bar. So get some runes, third one's going to be Flame Rush. Boom. We have massive AoE on the ground, just melting. And then in between, jump around, jump around. So just make the whole room dot. Then you run out of mana and you're like, wow, this build sucks. You do have to micromanage your mana a little bit. Good news is this flame wall will go past, and as long as you have 1 mana, it's going to cast Runic and Flame Rush. You'll go negative, but hey, at least you can cast your spell. Still get it all off. So that's the basis of the build. Alright, so I know this build requires a Frey's retreat, and it's a new unique, so you might not have that laying around. You can go here, we're going to gamble, we're going to grab some offhand catalysts, we'll grab 6 of them. I feel like maybe in 6 of them we can grab it. So let's see. Craft. Rune of Ascendance. There's quite a few of these nowadays for some reason. And I got pretty lucky last time. time, not so much. Boom. 1 out of 6. Not bad odds. That's how you go about finding those, if you don't have them. So I'm gonna go over the abilities. This is Flame Rush. We have Flame Rush with Glyph of Intention, which is gonna drop our Glyph of Dominion on the ground, which is one of our big damage over time abilities, which is strange because if you hover over it, it doesn't say damage over time. It has a scaling tag, but I promise you it does. We'll grab that. We're going to grab this Branding Cold for a random subjugation. I don't know if you know, but Runemaster has this here where you deal more damage to branded bosses, branded rare. So we have that. We have Brand of Deception. So that is 2 multipliers helping us out with our dots on things. Gonna grab this Runic Invocation because we're never actually directly casting Runic Invocation ever. We're never doing that. We don't have time for that. We let Flame Wall do it, and we let our dash do it. Flame Rush. We don't have time to be casting that. So that's how this works. The rest of it's utility. We'll hop over to... So in Runic Invocation, I'm missing one of my points, which is fine, because you don't need them all. Priority of these points is to grab this down here, which is freeze rate multiplier per Heorot, and also down here. And this is a stacking buff, which you don't need a lot of points in it because as soon as you use your jump, it takes your stacks. Even though you're not actually using your runes, it's still considering that you may be. So every second you go without casting, you gain this. Invocations consume all runic energy, so it consumes it. So that's why you're not gonna sit here and get 9, 12, 15 stacks. Like, so it's pointless to have a lot of points in this. These are just buffing it, and each rune you consume. So essentially, this will consume your runes, get more damage. This tree, I am theory crafting removing altogether. Don't like it. I don't like it at all. But for now, this is just what we're running with. Frost Wall. I have a couple extra points that I haven't even put in yet. It comes with the relic, and that's okay. Priority for this is grabbing this mana cost reduction. This is pretty big. You can't actually go through your wall anymore once you put Phrase Retreat on. I've tested it, and as soon as you hop back, you can no longer pass through this wall and gain any of the benefits from it. So everything in this bottom left side of the tree is useless, along with the benefits of passing through on this one. But the mana cost reduction still works. So you grab this, damage per second. That's important. This is just more area damage, duration, which is cool, I suppose. I tested this Howling Rift, and when you do the mana wall replacement, for some reason, it's not proccing Phrase Retreat every time you use it. It's got like a internal cooldown, 6 seconds. I'm not sure where. It is. It doesn't say anything about a cooldown here at all, but it puts it on cooldown for some reason. It's really strange. So we can't use this, unfortunately, which it would also reduce your mana cost greatly, and you could spam the walls. But a lot of the damage again is coming through this damage over time. So, and then up here is just more damage. Up here, this one's really important because we're stacking freeze rate. And as you can see here, we have quite a bit of it. So that node is very powerful. this case. And more duration frozen. I do. This is kind of all over the place. We obviously wanted to cast if we're stunned. Defensive. This is your defensive ability. I have an extra charge on it so that I can ding more. This tree is not that important. I would just make sure you grab Astonish and Dual Aegis. The rest is up to you. And last but not least, we have a Glyph of Dominion. That is what we are proccing with Flame Rush right here. That is why we have it. It is not on our bar at the bottom, but we are proccing it through Flame Rush every single time we use Flame Rush. Big ol' lightning circle on the ground. I have quite a bit of area damage increase. That is why it is massive, because I'm trying to stand right here in the middle and do nothing. You know what I mean? I can stand here, everything comes to me, it dies. That's my goal. So that is what this is, and that is how it is working in the build. It is damage over time. You're heavily stacking that if you've seen the gear we are wearing. And yeah, we need mana efficiency here for when it casts. Very important. Most important note of all, mana efficiency. The rest of it's pretty much duration. This is more damage over time. Love damage. Larger area. Love that. That's always a goal. And then over here we have damage over time. And this is less expansion speed and more duration, because we want that dot to be sitting on the ground for as long as possible. Again, delay before detonation here, also very important. So you kind of want to work into these. If you could get extra points, I would max Amplified, Doomscribe, and you'll just be having a good time. I'm actually working on another build that removes Frostwall, and you use Runebolt instead. To be coming. Very fun build as well. You have 0 mana problems. You're just zooming around the map. It's a really good time. But for now, this is a fun build. And yeah, enjoy the boss fight. That's all that's left. So here we have a mini boss. This guy's not much of a bosser, but also it's pretty easy because you can literally put your stuff down and run away, dodge stuff, or get hit by it. That's what I do. And, eventually it dies. Again, these are level 90 mana, so it's not end game, but we'll make a new build for that later.